Russell Targus said it many times in his lectures. He said that what they said to the CIA was, yeah, we can tell you who'll be good at this. We believe that this is an ability inherent to every human being, and that all that is required is for that human being to be willing to explore this, setting aside all the judgments of anything else. And if you have that willingness, that you can realize this, because it's an inherent ability in every human being. That means we are born with this. So why does it stop? Why isn't it there? Well, if you go to, Scandinavian pediatric psychologists, starting even before then, that were exploring intuition in children, adolescents, etc., they substantiate in all of their peer-reviewed research. And now, there's that same thing in North America, targeting the same question. What is this intuitive capability in children? What is it? Where does it come from? Why is it there? What do the kids say about it? And it's really interesting reading. At this point, there are hundreds of if not thousands of peer-reviewed publications, research studies on this. And it powerfully establishes the fact that we don't know how it's there or why it's there, but they come into this existence as soon as they are able to articulate it, objectify it. They talk about having known where they came from, know why they're here, know what their purpose is, et cetera, in their language, in their words. These are powerful indicators that we're born into this existence with this ability. And where and why does this ability not develop in us? That's another question, but and I have an answer for it, but not in this.
Just to stop you right there, around what age are these children when they're old enough to be able to articulate what their purpose is, but still young enough to still have that connection to wherever they came from?
Yeah, the age, where they discover, where they're able to, the investigators are able to, acquire data is when the child is old enough to be able to speak. Right? They have to be able to understand the question and articulate an answer. Or maybe if they don't fully understand the question, the lower they go on the age scale, they may not fully understand the question. Maybe they have to structure the question in more simplistic terms. I'm not real sure, but the idea is that as soon as they can get a child that can actually articulate, what their experience was, what their memories are, what their feelings are, that's when they start recognizing this ability. When does it go away is another piece of that question. Mm-hmm. It goes away when the institutional processing of children by the legions of the status quo begin to eliminate, right? It's sort of another example of it's not Darwinian pruning. It's opinion pruning.
Like socialization.
Yeah, exactly. Better word.
Or institutionalization is probably better.
Yeah. They're told that that's all folly, that it's not real, that it cannot be. It's stop saying that, et cetera. So you get peer pressure, you get early on academic pressure, you even get theological pressure, and you get parental pressure that shunts this, that shuts it down. Now, in many cases, you have parents that are nurturing and developing and, wanting that to come because they too know it or they believe it strongly. And so they nurture it and bring it up. Parts that are missing in that equation, there really is no manual for doing that. But if you look around now, there's a whole bunch of resources that are out there for training children in their intuitive powers to keep going and keep going and keep going. I have students of mine that are doing some amazing things with children. Just amazing stuff with kids. They're just because I said to do this, they're collecting this stuff from all over everywhere they can find it, and then they're building their children with this knowledge, this understanding of this power that they are born with, this ability. one of the things that has to be part of the training process of children now is you have to train them where the limits are in terms of who you can share this with, right? Because one of the great dampenings of this thing is peer pressure. You want to be part of that, your group, your peer group, as a high school kid or as a junior high school kid or below, and you start talking about disability that your parents are working on with you, you know what's going to happen, right? They're going to disengage because they want to be popular. That's more important. They might try to realize it again later in life, as many people do. I hear that story often. But the point is that part of the training process is to make sure that the children understand that there are influences outside and around them, outside of the home, that will not support them talking about that. And they will ridicule them. They need to understand that there is a line, there's a limit where you can't talk about that here. You can talk about it here, but you can't talk about it here.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons. Additionally, if you have any feedback, please put something in the comments below. And lastly, if you want to watch the full episode of this clip, you can find it above. Thanks again for watching.